Our WCPO Sky9 drone gives us an idea of just how extensive and devastating today's storms were in the area of Goshen. And you can see homes and structures destroyed, rooftops gone, trees turned over. It will take a while to clear up all the destruction, of course, and across the tri-state, more than 61,000 Duke customers are without power right now. Anchor Jasmine Stiles is leading our coverage from Goshen tonight. Jasmine, clearly the cleanup process will go well into tonight and tomorrow as well.
Craig, the damage out here is just so extensive. We've been told that crews will be here all night clearing debris and then most importantly trying to get the power back on to the people who live out here. Our Jake Ryle gets a look at how first responders actually handled the immediate aftermath of the tornado.
In the immediate aftermath Wednesday,
Guys are 77. Everybody okay?
Goshen Township firefighters make their rounds, checking door to door, down trees, some on homes in this neighborhood. Closer to downtown Goshen.
And out of nowhere, all of our phones went off with an alert. Tornado warning, take cover.
Eric Beavers was covered in roof insulation.
Seeing this and seeing the damage and just hearing from people stopping by, it's a miracle that I'm talking to you.
He and the workers inside the Allstate agency had about 10 seconds to run for cover.
I said, we got to go, try to get to the kitchen. That's where our kitchen table is. And before we made it, the ceiling crashed down on us and then the walls started to blow out. And we were all under the table and calling our kids, seeing if they were okay and telling them we love them because we didn't know if we would make it out.
After 10 minutes, they were able to make their way out of the building. Next door,
we've had storms, never imagined that it would hit like it did.
Terry Casey, the owner of Goshen Grind, grateful his staff is okay.
This came in fast and visibility, like you couldn't see 10 feet. The rain was coming down so hard, the wind. Things from our front porch actually went around the building and are 50 feet into the woods.
The business has some damage. He says their focus will be on helping others any way they can.
We donate our tips weekly to different causes and groups, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot of asks.
All of this stuff is brand new and we've invested our lives into this and it's all gone, but at the end of the day we're all safe and this stuff can be replaced.
One of the things we heard very often from some of these homeowners was just the kudos for law enforcement responding out there. And they had so many challenges they were dealing with, one of which, obviously, the tornado or possible tornado touched down, hitting the police station and the fire department. And another thing that we've been dealing with, obviously, cell phone service out here not doing too well right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hard to reach anybody you need, especially when you need help. Another big thing that people are worrying about, because Steve Raleigh hit the nail on the head, it is eerily dark. The only lights we have are from our cars, a couple flashing lights, and save a few fireflies. What can people look forward to when it comes to power restoration?
Well, this is all a big process, right? So you had the first responders that came in. Obviously, they needed to take care of the emergencies, then get the roads cleared, and now Duke Energy, they can come out and they can start making their rounds. We've seen them, dozens of them, over the past few hours. So they're going to be making their rounds. Hopefully, it'll be on sooner rather than later.
Thank you, Jake. We saw 7 at just one rendezvous point, so we're really hoping that those trucks get in and that those linemen are safe and that they get power restored. Where we are right now is probably one of the parts of town that got hit the hardest. We went to homes on Wood Street that saw extensive damage, lots of downed trees, power lines, debris everywhere. Our Jessica Hart is covering that story for us tonight.
I'm on Wood Street here in Goshen, where the houses on this street have been completely wrecked by the tornado. You can see some of the damage that it's caused here on Wood Street. This house right here, the window in front is shattered. Mud and dirt cover the house. The car is damaged. There's wire and debris all over the yard. The garage door has come off, and you can see this uprooted tree here over on this other house. And the house next to that uprooted tree, their roof is completely torn off. Over at the fire and EMS station, the fire captain tells me 7 people were inside the building at the time of the tornado. He says none of them were injured. However, the roof over the equipment room has been completely damaged. Their training room is gone. The rest of the building has sustained minor damages. I also spoke with some parents who were picking their kids up from school. So there were kids inside the school at the time of the tornado. They were told to get to the hallway and away from windows and to put their hands over their head. I spoke with one man who says his wife's uncle was home at the time of the tornado.
I got a lot of family members that live on the street, and my wife's uncle, he's 92, he lives in this house. My niece lives in this house. Part of the family used to live in the farmhouse back here, so my wife, she works at the school, so when the school got damaged, and one friend, he's out of town, and so it's pretty disastrous.
Right now, neighbors are just helping people on Wood Street clean up here in Goshen. There's just debris scattered all over this street. In Goshen, Jessica Hart, WCPO 9 News.
So while we've been focusing on Goshen, we have to make it a point to tell you that this storm caused widespread damage. As I was coming up 71 and onto other roads, you know, we're seeing trees down, power lines down all the way from here to Loveland. You know, even back in Avondale, we had some damage. And now that the National Weather Service has confirmed a tornado, they will be here conducting a preliminary storm survey for northern Clermont County tomorrow morning. And when that survey is complete, they will release the final results to the public tomorrow evening. That way we'll know what type of tornado it was and how forceful it was. Now, of course, WCPO 9 News is going to stay on this story for as long as it takes to make sure that we are getting the important information for you and your loved ones so that you can make decisions based on your safety. If you're up early with us tomorrow morning, we start bright and early at 4:30 with Good Morning Tri-State. Anchor Adrian Whitsett will be live in Goshen looking at the aftermath of the tornado in daylight and to see what kind of recovery efforts have gone on overnight.